What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Clayton Schick Outdoors, and as always, we are going fishing. I guess not always. I guess I did a review video not too long ago. But yeah, today I'm going fishing. I got sick and tired of not finding good weather, or let me rephrase that. I got sick and tired of the good weather not finding me, so I went looking for it. I hunted down -4. I'm at Lake Diefenbaker in Saskatchewan today. I've got one thing on my mind, burbot. It's noon right now, so I'm going to head out. I've never fished this area. I've fished parts of Dief, I've never fished here. So yeah, like I said, as I was saying, I'm gonna head out, try to find some kind of hump close to deep water and set up for an evening, night burbot bite. I don't really care that I'm not here first thing in the morning because, like I said, evening to dark, I'm gonna fish late tonight, like 10, 11, midnight, something like that. We are going hard. Okay, so I just drilled a pile of holes. Is that crooked, straight, whatever? Doesn't matter right now, right? I mean, like a pile of holes, 40, 50, 60, I don't even know. I gridded out 3 different points. I finally found one that I liked. I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm going to explain to you right here what I'm doing. Well, thank you, Past Clayton. This is basically what the lake looked like in here. Lake, a little bit of a creek here, comes out into here. And then all of this right here, this is all water. Water, 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 everywhere, water. So I come across all these little points out here. They weren't very pronounced, but they're little bit noticeable points here, here, and here. And I would drill here, but I was finding that all of these points really didn't do much underneath the water. So when I start to drill here, everything was kind of a consistent contour, which wasn't what I was looking for. So 10, 20, 30, everything was consistent. All of a sudden I came across a point right here, and it was a little bit more defined. So I'll flip the page over here, and we'll talk about that point right there. So I come across this point right here, and it ended up being kind of exactly what I was looking for. So when I'm saying it was more defined is, if I drilled here, it'd be 10 feet. If I drilled here, it'd be 5 feet. If I drilled here, it'd be 10. So when I connected the straight line like this, they wouldn't match up, right? So instead, you go a little bit over, you got 10 feet. It's perfect, right? A little bit more pronounced. So same thing, 15, 15, 15. And then all of a sudden, start even get more pronounced, 20, 20. And then one more hole, when all of a sudden I had 25, 25. Got nice and pronounced, and then all of a sudden right here too, I had 30, and then it'd be like right out here, 30, and 30. It just got to be more and more pronounced as I went. So I ended up setting up right here at the edge at about 26, 27 feet right in here. And my theory is that the burbot can come up from all of the deep water out into here onto this extended point. Eventually, you know, as you go here, all of a sudden I got to a spot where it was like 40, 40, 40, and I knew that that's where kind of the point had ended, and it went back to a normal contour line there. So that was what I was looking for there, some kind of, you know, a little bit of a transition, something a little bit different, something that just stood out, right? Some kind of structural change, especially underneath the water, right? So if you had this all mapped out earlier in the season from your boat, and then you went in the winter to set up, it'd be a lot easier. I had water out here, you know, it was 60 feet, and I even found 120 feet as I kept going. So in my opinion, that'd be a great spot for the burbot to come up to feed, and even for their spawn, of course, too. The bottom was more sandy, muddy. I looked more for just kind of a sand bottom for the burbot spawn, but it definitely had a little bit of potential there. So let's get back to Past Clayton, and we'll see how you do, even though I already know how the day goes. Okay, so how did that work? That's kind of a little bit different, right? It gives me a chance to show you on paper kind of what I'm doing and what I kind of did. But yeah, so now the objective is to get the shelter up, get everything organized. Chum for burbot is probably super important. So all the holes that I drilled here, kind of where I'm going to set up the shack, all the holes around where I drilled, is I'm going to put out a bunch of chum. This is a great chance to get rid of any old minnows that you have, old Cisco's, whatever, right? Like don't always trash that stuff. Save it somewhere, and then this is when you want to use it. So I'm gonna dump like a tub of minnows, probably 5 of them down 5 different holes here, kind of all around, just to get a bunch of scent in the water and draw those burbot in here for the evening, for the afternoon and for the evening. Burbot gets super active at night. You can catch them during the day, but that last little stretch there when the sun starts to set and into the dark there, that's when the burbot are like super active. So getting out noon, 1 o'clock, whatever, and getting set up is perfectly fine. I'm not in a hurry to fish right now. I'm more worried about just getting set up, getting everything dialed in, and getting ready. Fingers crossed. There's a burb. I just saw a burb. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. It's eating some minnows, I think. Come on. Look at that. Come on. Oh, just had my first burb sighting. Sun is starting to slowly set. Oh, he went at it. Come on. Come on. Come on. That is so cool. Look how he's like kind of mudding up the area there. Picking up some burbs, or I mean some minnows. Come on. Come on, little buddy. Doesn't look very big. Here he is. Yeah, got him. Oh, that was so cool. That was so cool. Awesome. Great way to start the evening here. So cool. That was so cool. I watched him come in. It looked like he was picking up a couple of the minnows here and there. And then as soon as I moved my bait a little bit, I got his attention. Oh, yes, come on. Oh, burbot dog, so hard. Look at that. It's complete control of my rod right now. You know, they're such an underrated fish. So cool. Come on, buddy. Here we go. Here we go. Look at the power. They have so much power. It's insane. I gotta fix this camera just a little bit. Here. Get you a little bit further away from me. Is that better? That looks better, right? What a cool start to the night. Oh, you know what? I thought it was a lot smaller than this, actually. This is not a bad burbot at all. They have a solid mouth, like solid. And I'll explain a little bit more after what they use that solid mouth for. Here, bud, I want my bait back. I don't have a lot of Cisco's with me. There we go. First burbot of the night. Oh, chikai. Oh, chikai. They are so muscly and slimy. I'm trying to get them to straighten and I can't. Come on. So cool. Okay, well, it doesn't look like it wants to straighten at all. Look how ugly they are, actually. Who am I kidding? They're so beautiful. Awesome. Great start. First burbot down. Okay, there you go. There you go. Boy, girl, not sure what you are. Oh, so cool. So cool. Well, things are not going that hot right now, so I thought maybe I'll talk about what I'm using real quick and then fish for a bit longer. Hopefully I can score 1 or 2 more yet before the night is over, but it's not looking like it at all. So just in case I don't, and maybe I should still put this video even though it's got 1 burbot, hey, I told myself I'd put some more videos out whether I succeed or fail. But anyways, I'm using a 3/8 ounce real bait flasher jig here. It's got a little bit of a flasher on here and then a super strong hook because it's a tournament series. But I selected this one because it's a super glow, and when I light that puppy up real good here, it is bright down there. Like, I was super impressed on the underwater camera, the difference of it, like the glow down there for sure. And it probably lasts about 10-15 minutes before you have to redo it again. But what I've been doing is tipping this with Cisco belly meat basically. And this was a trick that actually Jeff Madity showed me a couple years ago there. You take a Cisco here, which you hopefully caught earlier in the year, you know, for your chunk bait for lake trout or for pike type of thing. And you cut out the vertical line here on the bottom and you end up with these strips from the belly right here. So pretend this is the belly right here, right there. Cut that out, and you end up with this strip right here, like almost like a butterfly. And you stick that right in the middle here, and then you have 2 flaps that just kind of flap off each side, one off each side there. And that down there, a little bit of movement when you're jigging it, just kind of draws them over there. And of course the meat, well, Burbot can't really resist all of the meat. Now, you're not always going to have to use bait for them. As the season progresses and they get really heavy into their spawn, you can catch them on a lot of different plastics as well. I like using like a crayfish imitation, like basically I use like when you bass fish, a crawdad, something like that, a crayfish. Burbot love to eat crayfish. If you ever dealt with a burbot before, you'll notice they don't have teeth, but they have a big, strong mouth. Their mouth is made for crushing those crayfish. They love to eat those things. So you can copy this right here, and there's lots of time left for burbot yet throughout, it's only right now, it's the end of January. The burbot spawn usually doesn't pick up till probably beginning of March, all the way through the end of March, sometimes beginning of April. The lake I'm on right now, Lake Diefenbaker, February is usually a really good month for it here, I've heard. So I thought I'd come out now. I've only seen the one on camera so far. I'm hoping to get one more here to kind of cap my night off, but I'm worried that my spotlight's gonna die soon. And once that dies, I have no more underwater camera, and it kind of ruins what I've got going on here. So I'm gonna fish until my spotlight dies, and then we're gonna pack it in from there. So I just hope it keeps going. It wasn't a banger of a video, as they say in the fishing YouTube world, but that's the way she goes, right? I would like to get back here tomorrow, but I have something else I need to do. So my first burbot video of the year is a flopper. But like I said, there's still a few things you can take away from here. Just where I am location wise in general, I talked about earlier when I drew on the map there, that has like the deep water and then the spine kind of that I'm on here. Sand, mud, something like that, it's going to draw them up from the deep water. And don't be scared to fish late into the night. It is 10 o'clock right now. No, sorry, 9:45 right now. And you could probably fish till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. But as soon as that sun sets, that first 2 hours is usually going to be prime time. So that's the way she goes. Thanks for watching, guys and girls. We'll see you soon.
I don't even know what we're fishing for out here.
Perch.
That's a big hole. You're fishing for big perch.
Big perch. Big perch, Aaron. Big perch.